Hey, it's Tom
And Mike.
from Take Time to Travel.
Today, we're going to take a water taxi from Toronto's harbourfront over to the Toronto Islands. While we're there, we'll show you what there is to see and to do on the islands. From touring around the many parks and the beautiful beaches to exploring North America's largest car-free community, wandering through a cedar maze, and of course, eating some tasty food. So let's get started right on Toronto's waterfront. We'll make our way over to this lovely red building.
Just on the other side of this bright red building, there's a gift shop, as well as this kiosk for the water taxis. But we're going to head over to this counter over here to buy our tickets, which are $12 per person each direction, plus an extra $1 if you use debit or credit. After we paid our fare, we walked across the dock to our island shuttle water taxi called the Yorkie. Our captain was waiting, and I handed him our proof of payment before we boarded the water taxi with the other passengers. We sat down, and after all the other passengers had boarded, we cast off our lines, and the captain reversed our water vessel, the Yorkie, out of its boat slip. Then we backed up, got turned around, and leisurely made our way past these other bigger boats and out into Toronto's inner harbour. Right away, we were treated to some spectacular cityscape scenery, as well as nice views of Lake Ontario and the Toronto Islands in the distance.
It was so nice to be out on the water and to enjoy the beautiful weather and this lovely spring day. Loved the incredible city views for the entire boat ride. We also got to see some planes taking off and landing from the Toronto Island Airport on our short ride over to the Center Island docks. As we got closer to Center Island, we passed by one of the many marinas and sailing clubs, as well as the Toronto Island Barbecue and Beer Garden, which has a great city view and a huge patio, but unfortunately it wasn't open for the season yet.
After we pulled in from the open water to the docking area, our captain steered our water taxi into its spot at the wharf. Then it was time for us to get going on our way. You can catch the water taxi from here back to the harbourfront for the same price, or you can take the ferry back for free. The first thing you see as you start your exploration of Center Island is some pretty gardens and flowers. All of these yellow and white daffodils look lovely. But let's keep going past this big green open park and along the pretty pathway beside the river and underneath the weeping willow trees. As you continue to stroll along the beautiful riverside walkway, there's lots of picnic tables, which would be a great place to relax or eat. But if you brought the kids with you, you'll want to head over to the Centreville Amusement Park, which wasn't open yet for the season. Amongst the more than 30 rides and attractions, there's various rides like the spinning bears, and of course, every amusement park has a Ferris wheel, like this one called the windmill ride.
Then there's the spinning teacups, which always made me sick as a kid. I much preferred taking the little train ride around the charming mini village from the Centreville Railroad Station to see all the cute little buildings in the small town. There's a little law office and a dessert place in this lovely bright yellow shop, which is just across from the winding train tracks and the fire hall in this gray and red building. I can still remember the fond memories coming here as a kid. But let's keep going and see what else there is in the village. There's fast food restaurants, picnic tables, a popcorn carriage, and there's the Skyride chairlift. Love the charming building that the Smokehouse Grill is in, and what a cool courthouse in the town square. Centreville really does have a lot of cute little buildings. And if you head back along the pathway between the train tracks and the water, you'll find Centreville's Swan Ride, where you can take a swan-shaped boat for a leisurely cruise around a scenic section of the river. It would be nice on a beautiful day like today, but let's keep going across the bridge and explore some more. On the other side, there's Olympic Island, which has the Toronto Island Park with lots of mature trees. Olympic Island is a great spot for a picnic, or just to sit down, relax, and enjoy the beautiful views of the Toronto skyline. As you keep walking along this lovely part of the Toronto Islands, you'll find a bunch of different areas to take a seat and appreciate the incredible scenery and the lovely weather. This line of colorful Muskoka chairs is my favorite. What a picturesque spot to relax.
There's more of the Toronto Islands to see, so let's head back over the bridge and check it out. Crossing the bridge on the far side of Centreville, you'll find the long pond with the regatta course and this bridge which takes you over to the largest part of Center Island. In the spring, you'll find this pretty promenade lined with lovely cherry blossom trees in full bloom. The blooming sakura trees just seem to keep on going and going. What a beautiful walkway. Absolutely stunning. Love it. You'll also find the William Meany Maze, which we decided to check out. After we made our way inside the maze, we found out pretty quickly there were a billion bugs. What a mistake. We would not recommend going in here in the spring. Wait until the summer when it's hotter and the bugs are gone. It was a pretty elaborate maze though, with lots of twists and turns, and took us quite a while to find our way out, so I'm sure it would be a lot more enjoyable with less insects buzzing around. If you keep going, on the far side of Center Island, you'll find Manitou Beach, also known as Center Island Beach, which has lovely white sand, a swing set, and a nice view of Lake Ontario. Center Island Beach stretches far into the distance, so it's another great spot to enjoy the beautiful summer weather in Toronto. On the other side of the beach, you'll find the Center Island Pier. Let's go check it out. On the other side of the pier, there's even more beach, although I don't think it looks quite as nice on this side. But let's continue on our exploration of the Toronto Islands and make our way out onto the Center Island Pier.
The Center Island Pier stretches quite a distance out into Lake Ontario, at the end of which you'll find a large viewing platform with panoramic vistas. There's even these built-in binoculars to help you enjoy the view. On a clear day, you can maybe see across the lake over to Niagara-on-the-Lake and New York State. And in the middle of the platform, there's even a nice painting on the ground. But let's keep going and make our way back across the pier and explore some more of the beautiful Toronto Islands. Back at the entrance of the pier, there's these cool red and green buoys. Very neat. Heading back out onto the island's Lakeshore Avenue, you'll find the Island Bicycle Rental, which is usually pretty busy on those hot summer days. It's a great way to leisurely tour around the island with friends and family while getting in some exercise. They even have these cool 4-seater bikes, which look like a lot of fun. But we just continued to explore the Toronto Islands on foot and made our way onto the wonderful wooden Wards Island Boardwalk, which is a beautiful place to take a stroll on a hot summer day. The boardwalk is lined with greenery on the one side, Lake Ontario on the other, and takes you over to some tasty food. We decided to grab some food at the Riviera Wards Island Kitchen. Let's head over and check it out. This popular restaurant serves pub-style cuisine and is located in this nice white building here. We walked up to the front pathway so that we could check in at the restaurant. After a quick check-in process, we made our way out the back door to grab a seat on their beautiful terrace, which is surrounded by mature trees and has lovely views out onto Lake Ontario. We got there right when it opened, so we got the perfect spot right by the nice wood fence overlooking the boardwalk and Lake Ontario. But every seat on this massive terrace has great views too. To drink, we started with a couple tall cans of their Niagara apple ciders, which were the perfect way to start a nice meal on the patio. To eat, I had the famous Island Smash Burger with 2 4-ounce house-made patties with melted cheese and a side salad. Tom decided to get this massive portion of nachos with 3 cheese blend and added chicken as well as sour cream. This huge plate of nachos was probably more than enough for both of us to share just by itself. And it was also pretty tasty. The Island Smash Burger with 2 4-ounce house-made patties was also a pretty good portion size and tasted amazing. Overall, we really enjoyed our nice meal at the Riviera Wards Island Kitchen.
After that lovely meal on this beautiful patio, it's time for us to keep going and check out some more of the Toronto Islands. Just across from the Riviera, on the other side of Cibola Avenue, there's the Queen City Yacht Club, which is lined with a variety of sailboats moored in their dock slips. What a pretty looking yacht club. But let's keep going and make our way over the Algonquin Bridge and over to Algonquin Island. Algonquin Island is a vibrant residential car-free community which includes over 100 residential properties. Let's go explore. These beautiful island homes are extremely hard to buy if your family doesn't own one. There's a waiting list with 500 names on it, which unsurprisingly is already full. When a name comes off, there's a lottery process to decide who gets added to the bottom of it for a chance to buy one of these properties when available. Love the quirky additions that some of these properties have, like this tree house. But the best part of living here is that some of these incredible homes have phenomenal views of Toronto's skyline. Imagine looking out your front window to that every day. There's so many spectacular homes with incredible scenery, I can't decide which ones I like the best. I'd take any one of them. This is such a wonderfully unique community filled with so much greenery, it's hard to believe you're so close to downtown Toronto. It feels like being up in cottage country. No wonder nobody wants to leave, and only 70 homes have been sold since 1994. But even if you aren't lucky enough to get on that waiting list for one of these marvelous homes, or have a friend who owns one, you're still welcome to walk around and explore the neighborhood and take in the phenomenal city views. What do you think? Could you live here with these views and only a short ferry ride into downtown?
Algonquin Island sure is beautiful, but let's keep going and head across the bridge to explore some more of the Toronto Islands. Oh look, there's a swan! Continuing further along Cibola Avenue, on our exploration of Wards Island, you'll pass by the Queen City Yacht Club. The sailboats docked at the far section of which have gorgeous views of the Toronto skyline and the CN Tower. As you continue along, you'll find some more lovely homes on Wards Island, which help make up the largest urban car-free community in North America. Between Algonquin Island and Wards Island, there are about 250 to 300 lovely homes and cottages, many of which are beautifully landscaped with lots of pretty flowers. Love these blooming forsythia bushes. The Wards Island community even has a soccer field with nice views of the CN Tower. On the far side of the soccer field, you'll find the largest concentration of homes and cottages on the Toronto Islands. Just like Algonquin Island, Wards Island's green and leafy streets are a joy to walk through and are lined with lots of cool properties. This place here has a lovely front garden, and the home looks pretty great too. But let's keep going. As you keep walking along these lush green pathways, you'll feel like you're in a quaint rural town. It's easy to forget you're right next door to a bustling city with almost 3 million people. What a cool neighborhood. Love the variety of homes here. Some are quirky cottages, and some are modern mini mansions. I think this one at the corner on the far side of Wards Island is my favorite. It's a beautiful waterfront property with a lovely exterior and stunning water views. I'd love to show you the whole neighborhood, but that would take quite a while. So let's move along.
Heading back across Wards Island, you'll pass by some of the nicely manicured 820 acres of the Toronto Islands. A little bit further along, you'll also find the Wards Island Association Clubhouse, around the side of which you'll see the Island Cafe, which has an idyllic garden patio. Just below the Island Cafe, there's a nice little sandy beach, which has incredible views of the city's skyline. It's a great place to sit down, relax, and enjoy the picturesque views while you wait for the ferry. Just beside the little beach is the Wards Island Ferry Dock, which is another lovely spot to take a great picture of Toronto's wonderful waterfront skyline. Very pretty.
Just beside the dock, we even saw a swan taking in the nice city views. But we're going to keep going and walk about 3 kilometers back towards the Center Island Ferry Dock to catch a ride back to the city. On our way, we passed by the island's own fire station. We also saw the Toronto Island Disc Course, which has a beautiful 18 basket course for all you frisbee players. But let's keep going, past the people relaxing and enjoying some more of the stunning scenery. As you keep walking, you'll find Snake Island, where you can even do overnight camping with a permit if you have the courage with a name like that. Let's head across this nice wooden bridge and check it out. What a beautiful place to go rowing. After we crossed the bridge, we walked across the trail to the far side of Snake Island. As you continue along the footpath, the grassy trail is replaced by sand, and it eventually opens up to this sandy clearing. At the far side, there are some picnic tables, as well as a sandy beach with phenomenal views of the city. With all these logs, it kind of reminds us of being in British Columbia. Snake Island sure would be a great place for camping, but let's keep going. Back over the wooden bridge and see what else we can find on the Toronto Islands.
A little bit further, there's the Royal Canadian Yacht Club. If you walk up onto the bridge, you can see the sailboats and water vessels on the other side of the channel. It's hard to believe that the Toronto Islands have so many yacht clubs. As you can see, the Royal Canadian Yacht Club is quite large and seems to keep on going and going. The club has been around since 1852 and is recognized as one of the top 50 platinum yacht clubs in the world. But let's keep moving along. As we kept walking along the Willow Line Trail along the banks of the water, we saw a couple more swans, and on the other side of the channel, you can see the Far Enough Farm, which is a petting farm that the whole family will enjoy. A bit further along, you can see the Carousel Cafe. But let's head back across the bridge and make our way along the mature tree-lined avenue of the Island Pathway over towards the Center Island Ferry Dock. Just before the docks, you'll find these cute little orange tulip-shaped chairs which fold out to provide a great spot to sit down and rest while you wait for the free ferry ride home and to enjoy the nice scenery. These tulpy chairs were a gift from the King and Queen of the Netherlands in 2015.
Since we didn't want to wait for the ferry, we decided to take the pirate taxi back, which cost $12 per person. In addition, you have to pay the tax on top of that only if you pay with a card. We had a few minutes to spare while the water taxi waited for some more passengers. Then it was time to hop on board. Shortly afterward, it was time for the pirate taxi to reverse. Then, the boat's captain put us in forward, and we made our way out past the Toronto Island Barbecue and Beer Company, and out into the Toronto Harbour, where once again we got to enjoy the phenomenal Toronto skyline views from the water. What a gorgeous perspective! As we got out into the middle of Lake Ontario, the pirate taxi was nice enough to slow down and stop so that we could get a nice video. Thanks, and remember to tip your captain. After the short and lovely scenic ride, we arrived at the Harbourfront Centre drop-off point, which is the perfect place to get off if you want to explore Toronto's waterfront, which we made a whole separate video on to show you some of the amazing things to see and do along Toronto's lakefront. Toronto's waterfront has so many different, beautiful, and unique areas, like the lovely Sugar Beach, and of course, some wonderful waterfront patios with delicious food. If you're looking for what to see, do, and eat in Toronto's waterfront, then make sure to check out our video, which we'll link in the description section down below. As always, we really enjoyed making today's video, and we hope you enjoyed watching it too. If you did, we'd really appreciate it if you'd like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications on our future videos. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm and helps our channel to grow.
And remember, take time to travel. Catch you on the next one.